All right, good Tuesday afternoon to everybody. This is the Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel. We had old school Raw last night, and except for seeing a lot of some of the older stars that were in the WWE in years past, I thought it was an average Raw show. I think really for a WWE World Heavyweight Title match going into the Royal Rumble. Last night's show did not promote it whatsoever. I know we're only a few weeks away, but this is the most prestigious belt now that it's unified in the WWE. I thought that they could have done a better job on promoting this title match at the Royal Rumble between the champion Randy Orton and John Cena. We did see Orton come out early on in the show with Ric Flair, and it was starting to get a little heated, and John Cena came out to protect Ric Flair, and so much for that segment, basically. Um, I think the show pretty much was old school orientated. Um, the Wyatt family with the new member Daniel Bryan joining them in their matchup, I thought did not deliver whatsoever. I expected a lot more out of this match. I expected a lot different things to go on in this match. It just was an average match. I mean, the Wyatts even lost this match, and it just left one wondering. Well, you got Daniel Bryan now with the Wyatt family, and they're no better now than what they were. So, I mean, my expectations were a lot higher, and I was sort of disappointed in watching this. But then again, you know, maybe it'll become a little bit bigger and better in weeks to come. We'll have to wait and see. I think for me, the main event was probably pretty much the best. CM Punk facing Roman Reigns, the only member of the Shield that he has not defeated in the past one-on-one. Going into this match, I did have the notion that Roman Reigns was going to defeat CM Punk, as well he did. Now, my only thing that I would have done in this match would have been to have CM Punk really getting the better of Roman Reigns, and then possibly Roman Reigns starting to turn it around, Dean Ambrose interfering, getting Roman Reigns disqualified, and then have Roman Reigns, really, go after Ambrose after the disqualification, basically saying, I had this, whatnot. And this would have sort of built up a little bit more dissension amongst the Shield. And because, as we all know, somewhere down the road, Roman Reigns will be leaving the Shield to go on as an individual superstar. So I thought this could have been a little better set up, a little better choreographed. But the WWE decided to do it their way and have Roman Reigns end up beating CM Punk with a pin. So I had no problem with that, but I thought they could have promoted this a little better and made a little dissension amongst the Shield and just made a more angrier Roman Reigns, which would make it a lot easier to lead up to his departure from the Shield in weeks to come. Um, Old school Raw for the most part was nice to see a lot of the old superstars like Scotty 2 Hotty and Grandmaster Sexay, along with Rikishi. We saw Erwin R. Shyster, IRS, Ted DiBiase. We saw Diamond Dallas Page. I mean, we saw Jake the Snake Roberts. Two of my favorites, well, at least one of the two are my favorites. The Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Billy Gunn, the Road Dogs, um, the New Age Outlaws, I should say. It was great to see them come out with CM Punk. That was probably the best part of the show for me was that segment when the New Age Outlaws came out, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and then with CM Punk, and then the Shield. I mean, that to me was pretty much the best. But I have to say this. We saw Damian Sandow come out, apparently because his pin last week on Kali, the shoulders were up. What sense did this make to have Sandow wrestle Kali again and then get beat? It made no sense in my mind. I have no idea where the WWE was going with this. To me, it just didn't make any sense at all. It just makes Damian Sandow look very, very, very weak, and it just made no sense. And where was Dolph Ziggler? Now it's reports that Ziggler received a concussion on the main event tapings by Ryback. He may be out of action again for some time, and the WWE has to wonder here: is he a liability now? As far as do we put him in main event matches to where it's going to be high flying and a lot of contact for fear that he could end up getting more concussions in the future? So this really leads us to wonder about the future of Dolph Ziggler as well. Um, we saw a pretty good showing with Big E Langston last night. Um, Again, you know, y y Raw didn't really provide us with a real lot of great matches, but it did provide us with the viewers just for the simple fact that a lot of people wanted to see a lot of the old stars return. And as if you did notice as well too, I've been wondering this for a while, and I have really not yet to really read anything about this. Where is AJ Lee? She is the Divas champion now. With her incident with Michelle Beadle from NBC, there was talks there was going to be no reprimand whatsoever by the WWE because Vince is high on AJ Lee. But regardless, we have not seen her at all. There's no reports of her being injured, so I'm sort of wondering about that as well. And if you noticed too last night, I was hoping, and I didn't see this, where was any of the old divas from the past? We didn't really see much of that as well. So we didn't see any of that as well. So, that sort of took a lot away from it for me. I thought it was an average Raw show. Um, it wasn't the best Raw to start off the new year. But then again, I've noticed a lot in the recent past that Raw has not really had a real great direction. Yes, we did see Brock Lesnar come out last night. He had his confrontation with Mark Henry, which was a pretty good segment. And the only thing that really led for any kind of promoting for the Royal Rumble was that the Big Show came out and tossed Brock Lesnar around the ring like he was light as a feather. So this is one thing that was, good for me to see. But other than that, there really wasn't nothing really promoting the Royal Rumble. Yeah, we saw Alberto Del Rio come in and say he was going to contend in the Royal Rumble. Dave Batista is now a member of the Royal Rumble. But other than that, it's still early yet. But usually the WWE has these things all sewn out by now, and we pretty much know a lot more than you know what we have known after last night. So again, this is just my opinion. But anyway, you know, if I were to rate old school Raw last night, I'd give it a 5. Maybe a 5.5, just for the fact that we saw Lesnar in the Big Show segment and the CM Punk Roman Reigns with the New Age Outlaws. I thought, for me that made my night. So again, it's my video for this Tuesday. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next time. And if you live in the Northeast, stay warm because it's pretty darn cold out here. Peace out, everybody.